Welcome back to our vlog! So, kahapon na nga, may interview kaming mga students about the Corporate Code of Ethics. So, without further ado,
Let's watch the clips.
Hello, ano name mo?
Hi, my name is Riti Desos. I am a second year student under the School of Education, BS Ed, major in Sciences.
So, why is it important for a business to know about it?
I think regarding the Code of Ethics, it's very important for any business or corporates to know regarding doon kasi businesses should not run based or solely sa profits but as well as the general welfare of the society. And I think that when we say Code of Ethics, it is something that guides them. It becomes the principles that they use to run their business effectively and with proper ethics.
There are 6 values. Among those values, what are the most important and why?
I think of all the values that the Code of Ethics has, responsibility is the most important because every corporate or companies in general should always consider their actions because their actions should be responsible enough to cater the needs of the people, and I think hindi lang dapat sila focus sa profit na nakukuha nila. Rather, their actions should be responsible enough na hindi makaproduce ng any harmful effects sa people and sa products na the people needs.
Thank you! Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael Alipio.
Okay. There are 6 values. Among those values, what are the most important and why?
Let us remember that we're talking about corporate code of
Yes.
ethics. So, yan silang anim, I believe, walang mas importante sa kanila. Lahat sila ay importante by themselves. Because remember, these are values and these are ethics. Now, in relation to kung ano ba talaga mas importante, uulitin ko na wala. Kasi each value is equal. As long as ano naman sila, the point there is about the code of ethics. These are values in relation to the code of ethics.
Okay. So, how does the code contribute to the business?
In the business, how does the code contribute to the business? We have to consider that we live in a capitalistic society. Now, of course, we know that we do not live in a society where laissez-faire is what we call prevalent. That means that when we conduct business in our society, we have our own what we can consider as norms, or in this case our ethics, of which makes sure na how businesses transact are ethical, is rightful, and is fair, balanced, and things like that.
Thank you.
How does the code contribute to the business?
You mean Code of Ethics?
Yes.
Tagalog.
Okay, sure.
Code of Ethics. So, may foundation ang business kung ano yung tama at yung hindi.
So, sa Code of Ethics, who are the people involved or maintains and develop this code? Hindi mo alam? Business student siya.
Oy!
Sige na, thank you. Hindi, wala lang yun. Ano lang yun para hindi lahat may alam. Tignan mo sa, scripted.
Uy, bin-easy lang for the...
Wait lang. So, I will going to ask you
Oh my
again.
God. What?
So, who are the people involved or maintains and develop the code?
Siyempre,
Wait. Ang Code of Ethics is for the business. Like yung mga values ng business. So, sino yung mga people involved sa business? Kaya na-maintain nila yung yung code.
the higher, because it's the rules.
The higher what?
Higher position.
So, like what?
Like the managers.
Yes.
They are the one who... Hindi ko alam kung na mag-English.
Oh, di ba? Guys, tanong ba kami sa inyo?
Ay, hindi po.
Sige na. So,
Sabi yun siya.
may tanong kami sa inyo.
Ano ba?
So, alam niyo ba kung ano yung Code of Ethics sa business?
Hindi ko pa alam.
ikaw yun.
Ano po yun?
Alam mo anong code of ethics ng business? Oo.
Narinig ko na siya pero...
Narinig mo na siya. Yung code of ethics, napakahirap yan sa isang, ewan. Sino pa bang may alam kung anong code of ethics na to?
Uy, what is code of ethics?
Hello. I'm Anne. So, pwede ako magtanong? Magtatanong ako if how does the code contribute to the business? Yung code of ethics. Yung paano nako-contribute yung ethics?
Sige, may sagot.
Hindi, wala.
Hindi, may sagot. Wait lang.
Taglish pwede.
Okay lang.
Sige na, may sagot siya.
May sagot ka.
Wala.
Hindi. Ano yun?
O, di ba may sagot na siya?
Sige lang.
Sige na, ikaw na explain. Dito, siya na lang video mo. Magkisama, baligtad tayo. Dito ka. Tapos magganyan lang ako.
Wait, anong tanong ulit? Anong tanong ulit ate? But how does the code of ethics contribute to the business? Shit. Anong sagot ko? Ethics.
Paano yun?
Okay lang ate, short. In our opinion po, parang important ang ethics. Like, either way, kahit business lang siya or sa companies lang. Kasi, for us, it's important na we live by the rules na nire-respeto natin yung mga employers and employees natin. Like, vice versa. Kasi, like, kahit isipin natin, balibalik tayo natin, nag-work tayo lahat as one and need natin yung lahat ng ethics para mas maging smooth lahat sa business natin or sa mga companies.
Ikaw, Charla.
Ano ba? I think, sa business, hindi lang siya yung about yung mga principles sa business lang mismo.
Yes,
Kasi
yes.
in business, you have to interact with people. Kasi since business naman yun. So, important yung moral principles ng isang tao. Especially, yun nasa interaction and communicating with people.
So, talking about people. So, para sa inyo, who are the people involved, maintains, develop the code?
Regarding ate yung code of ethics
Yes.
mismo. Siguro po, like, it involves everyone na rin kasi since pag sa business ganun, dapat lahat sumusunod din naman. So, parang it involves everyone na dapat lahat sila nag-embody ng ethics na yun.
In connection rin sa kanya, like, i-specific ko lang yung lahat. It means na both may equal, treat ang superior and, ang superior and subordinates. Yeah, so, dapat same treatment, fair treatment sa kanila.
Palakpakan. Kagaling. Ina. Thank you. Anong feeling mo ngayon sa Boostman natin? Boostman 105?
Feeling great.
Bakit? Anong meron dun?
About ethics, yung tinuturo sa atin na about ethics. Yeah, marami akong natutunan. Kaya,
So,
where-
ano sa tingin mo ang code of ethics? Yun, sabi mo great. Do you have idea about it?
idea about code of ethics.
Yeah. Ano ba yung code of ethics?
Topic din namin yung code of ethics na yun.
So,
Yung code of ethics kung ano ang dapat gawin sa workplace, yung every employee na should act ethically on every situation.
yes. Ethic. Thank you for the ethical response.
So, yun na nga guys.
Sana may natutunan kayo sa mga clips na pinakita namin about codes of ethics.
So, yun, mamaya may flash kami na video kung ano nga ba talaga ang corporate code of ethics. So, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Bye!
My grandparents are immigrants from Lithuania and Mexico. My parents were born here in the States. They worked so hard every single day of their lives, knowing that everything I do for them. What would make them proud, what would make them happy, that's what makes me who I am.
My mom was a teacher, and she would never bring home any supplies or anything, even if it's a pencil or an eraser. And knowing that the kids need it, she would still not bring it. These little things, you see it in your parents and your elders as you grow up, and that's what you adopt.
Before I joined Allstate, I ran into an ethical dilemma where I had to make a decision. My wife wrote me a note one morning, and she says, stand up for what you live. I lost the home that we had under construction. I had to go find another job, but my wife and I knew what was right.
Sometimes people think that ethics and integrity is about the big things, like don't embezzle money or don't accept bribes. But actually, it's really about the everyday things you do, being accountable, being accurate, being honest, being inclusive.
Ethics is what brings us all together as a company. Our values are all aligned. We get to learn from each other's values, learn from each other's ethics, and consider other people's perspectives.
I could see that Allstate is different from other companies because it gives value to the people. It treats people with respect.
Joining the Army, being commissioned as an officer in the Army, it was all about integrity. And I think I've taken that into my professional career as well. Doing what's right by our customers, doing what's right for each other.
My dad was a very big teacher in my life, so I always ask, how would my dad operate? Now, if you ask my dad the question, his response would be, what would Batman do? So maybe that's what I'm doing. If I see things, I step in. Batman would step in.
Being the 11th child in a family of 16, you always had to, find your way through. It doesn't matter where you are in the Allstate family, you can always speak up. You can always bring your ideas to the table. You can always be heard.
We're all sitting in different chairs today. Every chair looks different, but the frame, the support system, those are all the same, just as the foundation of ethics and integrity. And that's a really great environment to work in.